Hey guys, let's say karma is like an automatic driver, and if you're unaware of it, you're gonna live the life and you'll feel like my life is meant to be like this. This is our family karma, this is our family course, and you'll feel stuck in it because you can't change a thing, and the way that you see things are just like programmed into your mind a long time ago, and you don't even know what is real, what is right or wrong, but you just live it that way. And like a lot of things, I don't think it's really true. Like, money is hard to earn, I have to work for money, and most of the people, they live in poverty. It's not because that they don't have the power to attract money. It's just that the frequency, the beliefs that they have had made that result. You know, like when you go into a supermarket and let's say you grew up in a family, okay, your family is not poor, but like the way that you're programmed is like, oh, we have to look for the items that are on promotion, and like we always choose the cheapest item, right? Like, I don't care which one is better, I always choose the cheapest, and like little things like that. And when you really sit down and think about it, you'll realize how crazy everything was. Like, you are not even knowing that belief is shaping your reality in every second. Everything that you believed is probably not real, but most of the people believes that. So just think about it, right? Like, there are so many rich people on this entire planet, and like probably, let's say, just 5%. It's not like a lot, but they do have most of the money in their pockets. And why? And like, did you see them like choosing the cheapest item? Did you see them like, you know, not taking a private jet? Like, they're spending so much money, they're investing to themselves, and they don't feel guilty to enjoy the best treatment and option. They spend a lot of time exercising, taking care of themselves. They make decisions based on, you know, which one is more convenient. It's not based on the price. Okay, let's say you're traveling. Most of the people will choose to, you know, probably take the train, public, like metro. I mean, that is okay when you're like just having fun. But let's say when you're at the airport and you're with like a bunch of luggages, there are still people taking buses, you know, like just to save some money. But what would rich people do? You know, if you just stop and think, like, if you are a millionaire, let's just start with like a millionaire. If you are a millionaire, what would you choose? You'll definitely choose a taxi, not because it's more expensive. No, it's because it can save your time. You know, it's more easy. You'll definitely get there. You know, you're exhausted already. You don't want to, you know, have to check, are you on the right track every 5 minutes. And I think we really need to start to think of what kind of life do you want to live? If right now you're feeling unhappy, broke, miserable, I've been there. And the crazy part is every part of our lives is the reality, is the result of every little parts of our beliefs, and it made your reality. And let's say we believe that we'll get sick, we'll get old, and we believed in that in our whole entire lives. And what Dolores Cannon said is that our body is an incredible machine, that it can heal itself, that sometimes we're sick because subconsciously we want to rest, we want more people to care of us, we want a little bit of attention, we want a break, we want people to treat us gently. And that is the main reason. And some of them is because there are a lot of cell memories that comes from the past. And I think the coolest part is that a lot of emotions, a lot of disease, a lot of feelings, no matter what you're going through right now, sit down and, I think you have to know that sometimes it's not yours. In the past, let's say I have a little bit of depression and sometimes it gets really serious. I just feel that pain, that sorrow, that, desperate feeling, and I can't live for another second. I feel like I am so unhappy. I don't even know why. And then, after that, I went through awakening, and I realized that my mom has it too when she was young. And, sometimes you just have to know how this world operates. It's I didn't believe that, we are so similar to our parents. I always think hell no, because we're separate beings. But listen, one day I have the realization of, if me as a person, my body starts with a cell, my dad and my mom's gene, they combine into a cell, and it just kind of grew into me, right? Think of it. And I was made of that, and how can I not be the same? And that actually scared me. If you really think of it, you can't deny, you're just the same. It's the same. But good news is you have the choice to be consciously living, and you can definitely sit down, look at your life, and change it. Some emotions, it's not even yours. Let's say that's their feeling, that's their trauma, that's their whatever. It's stored in the cells, and that is why sometimes you don't know the reason, but think of it. All of the past, all of the family, whatever you want to call it, karma or what, it's stored inside you. And what you have to do is, when it comes up, And you just have to say, hey, I see you. I know you're feeling this way. I know this situation is like this, but it's not mine. It's not mine to carry and let it go. Sometimes you just have to detach for a bit. And I think the main lesson for everyone is to love yourself more. I used to be like a people pleaser. Like, I am an empath, so I can feel, like people's trauma or why they're acting like that. Even when they hurt me, I'll feel like, it's okay, I can understand. I know that you're hurt before and I've been there, so I know why you act like that. I know you hurt me. It's not because you don't like me. It's like you like me, but you're scared, so you push people away. And I was tolerating people to hurt me in the past, which is really sad. And I was like waiting, pouring my energy, sending love and doing all the works and hoping that one day, like, they'll notice and they'll change how they treat me. But honey, they know how good you are, okay? It's just that they are emotionally unavailable and they have to help themselves. You can't help them. That is the truth. And I feel like you have to value yourself so much. It's not like living with pride. It's not like that. But you have to set your intention every single day, how you want to live. If people, they're late for so long, do you still want to hang out with them? Right? Like, you really have to think of it. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna block this person just because of a little mistake, or just being like isolated, being like building a wall. It's not like that. But I think it's really necessary to reflect every single connection, no matter they're your friends, no matter if they're your family or not. It doesn't matter. Be with the people who really, really loves you, even if it's a stranger. I don't think that we should live in, like, we shouldn't live like this, like limiting ourselves, like, family is the most important, so no matter how bad they treat me, I can't leave, I can't set boundaries, this is my fate. Like, no, you can't live like that. To me, I think it's so sad because everyone wants a beautiful, loving, supportive family. But, like, if your family member doesn't do that, then you don't have to fight them. You don't have to revenge. You don't need to do anything or say anything. You can't change people. But what you can change is you can set boundaries for yourself. Respect yourself. And I think if you're in that frequency, you can attract all the love, all the loving people into your life. And sometimes I think it just exists in so many different ways. When I was like traveling alone, do I really feel alone? No, because there are so many people that I've met, even a salesperson, even a taxi driver or whatever, like everyone. I feel like they are, like, we are in the same place at the same time. They're with me and they help me so much. They're so kind and they compliment me a lot, or they just inspire me in some sort of way. Even they're totally strangers. So I feel like there are a lot of forms. Like, love is not a person. It's inside you. How you love yourself. Love is a frequency. So be in that frequency. When you love yourself, when you value yourself so much, you wouldn't let them do that to you, no matter how kind you are. But you still choose to put yourself first. I feel like this is so important, and I think this really changed my life because, honey, see yourself as a luxury. You're like a Tiffany diamond. I know that a lot of empaths, they don't like to be around people. They don't like to be seen in public. They just like to keep their circle small. They don't like to social even, and it's okay. You have to be confident. You know the difference. You can still keep your circle small, but you have to feel confident about yourself, because if you value your energy and time so much, you are a luxury. It's like the people who get to know you, who get to stay in your life, they're the luckiest, because you're not for everyone, okay? You're not for everyone. And if they're only lucky enough to see you, to talk to you, it's their blessing. You have to put yourself on a pedestal. Not pride, but self-respect. Self-love is what attracts everything. Knowing that you deserve the best. I know it's so hard when you are not used to that feeling, but you can start. Everything starts from the small things. And the secret of raising your frequency is like, let's say everything has a frequency. The only way that you are gonna become whatever you want to become is like, it's like stairs. It's like an elevator. You go in, raise your frequency, raise your vibration. When the door opens, that's the world you're gonna live in. So see it that way, and you have to do it step by step, because you have to let yourself to get used to that feeling and then do more. Let's say you can buy yourself something a little bit more pricey, or like you can go to your favorite store, but then go straight into what you like without looking the price, and take everything as like a little practice. Take it, buy it without guiltiness, without hesitation, without looking the price, seeing the tag and saying to yourself, it's a bit expensive. I don't think it's okay to buy this. Like we're subconsciously living like that for years, and that is why your bank account balance is like always low, is like always empty, because you're scared of spending it on yourself. You're scared of losing it. You're in that frequency. And what rich people think is that I want to invest into myself. I deserve the best material. I deserve, a better design. I deserve a really nice brand, because when I wear it, I feel good. It's about the feeling. It's not really about the price. This part is tricky. You can see those people buying luxury bags. They wear luxury from head to toe with those big fat logos. And guess what? They're poor. Like, poor. So there are like two types of people, like mainly. It's just like an example, what I see. Like, let's say, yeah, there are a lot of people who has luxury bags, but it's not about the bag, it's not about the money. Money is easy to have, it's easy to attract, it can come from every possible way. Like, you'll have it, right? But it's about your intention and how you're using it and how you feel about it, right? Many people, they buy it just to look like they have status, or it's like they see it, they bought it, right? Let's say they bought the newest one, but deep down they feel like they are putting all of their money into it, and that's just not it. Like, deep down, they're a little bit unsure about it. They're a little bit uncomfortable with it, even though they have it, because they just want to have it. But like, rich people is like, oh, I really like this design. I really want something better for myself, and see the differences, like the same action, but be aware of how you're thinking when you're doing something. People can be buying bags and be like, oh damn, I'm spending too much this month, I have to pay it like separately. So that is like the main difference. And let's talk about another example. So I was sick years before, and it has been a long time. So then I have to like go sleep early, because I'm like, oh, I'm sick, I have to go sleep early. I can't eat like greasy food, I can't eat a lot, and I started to eat really healthy. I started to exercise, all that. And guess what? Did I become healthier? No. I've been taking medicine for years, but it just, like, it's slightly better, but not like completely healthy again. It has been like 5 years I live like that. And you know why I did not recovered? Because even though I'm doing like the healthy actions, right? Eating veggies, fruits, exercising, doing whatever I need to do. But I do that because I'm scared. I am scared. I'm in that frequency. I am feeling it. And so I act like I'm a sick person. I'm like, I have to exercise. I have to eat healthy because I'm sick, like that. But if a person goes to the gym because they tell themselves, oh, I want to get healthier, I go to the gym because I'm healthy, because I'm a healthy person, because I value myself, because I take good care of myself. See the difference? And that is why a lot of people, they can't lose weight, because they go to the gym and they're like, I'm at the gym because I'm fat. You sometimes just have to switch your mind into another way of thinking. You have to start talking to yourself like, I look like a model, I'm really fit, I'm really healthy, I go to the gym because I'm maintaining my fitness. See the difference? So I was doing all those work. I know this message is like, it sounds a bit messy, because I actually don't have anything written down that what I want to say, but it's what I've been through. And I really wish that this message could find the people who needs it the most. And when you start to sit down, think about it, I think this is gonna change your life, because it did change mine. I became a multi-millionaire at 24. And when I first awakened is like 2023, end of 2023, I was lost. I was completely lost. I graduated. I don't even know what to do. And I'm like so low. And then one day I just saw like a YouTube video, and it talks about the truth, manifestation, everything. So I start doing that. I start to journal, and a lot of people call it like happy muscle challenge, that you have to write like positively. I know it's everywhere, right? Like how to manifest. And in the beginning, of course, I'll be like, damn, how does this work? Like, it's so lame. It feels so weird writing down those things that it's not even real. But then I get more used to it, and I journal, write down the date, sign your name, and, start it. And do it for 30 days. Do it every day if you can, because it's about how many times you repeat it to yourself. You reprogram yourself and let go of control. Because when you really have faith in God, if you really knows how the universe works, if you really know how fast you can go from 0 to 100, you wouldn't even be worried. You'll be grateful every single day for what you have, and you'll write it down, and it'll be like a positive cycle, and you will immediately shift yourself into a complete different reality. So I've been doing that, and it changed my life. It changed my life after a year, like 2024. I was living in a different country. I couldn't find a good house to rent. I need a good price because I was not that rich. And honestly, I don't have a lot of money. I just want a nice place. And I'd write all the details down, what I want to have, what's the place looks like, what does it have, the facilities, and all the details. And guess what? I found an exactly same one with low rent. And that house is like so freaking good. It's like a hotel room. So quiet, so peaceful, exactly what I write down. And guess what? Before that, I was like searching on the internet. I was looking in every possible houses that are available, and I was so busy finding it in my way. I feel like it's only gonna exist on the websites, the rental websites, but none of it came out to be good. And then it happens in the most miraculous way. Like, sometimes the wait is longer because the blessing is bigger. And you have to tell yourself God only wants the best for you. You don't panic when things don't work the way that you want. You thank God for giving you something better. You know God is going to give you something better. And I think that is what I've been programming myself with. And now it's 2025. It takes solid time to actually make everything happen. You'll see signs, you'll match yourself into that frequency. Your actions will change. You'll change, and you have to have patience. You have to have faith, because it can't happen too fast. Even your body is going to adjust like the new you, because you feel completely different. You're a completely different person, even if you look the same. So give yourself time, trust the process, enjoy the journey, and just have that crazy belief in God, in the universe, that it'll give you like whatever you want. They're only gonna say yes. You don't have to worry how it's gonna happen. You don't have to overthink the details, because guess what? Like, when you are on a plane, do you need to know how the plane works? Do you need to know how the pilot is doing everything? No. Choose a specific destination, what country, what city, right? Like that. Choose a specific destination, and guess what? You're on the plane, and now you just have to trust that the pilot will get you to the destination. You don't have to worry when you order in a restaurant. You don't need to know how to cook it. You just need to know that. You need to know. So there's two states. One is knowing, one is believing. Choose the one that it's easier for you. Like believing it will happen, or knowing that it will happen. Knowing that you're going to get the dish. The exact dish that you order. And that is how it feels like. Right? It takes effort. You have to practice it, and then you're only gonna receive it. And when you receive it, don't forget to be grateful. Write it down. Be grateful for the universe. Tell the universe how you're gonna use this money wisely. Tell them why you buy luxury for yourself. Tell them, like, I want to invest in myself. I think I deserve something better. I'm not spending it blindly. I just want to feel good. And this product is like, you give it like a symbolic, like what does it mean to you? How does it make you feel? And why do you want it? Like sometimes you just want to dress up for no reason. You can feel free to tell God, and make sure that you give to the person who needs it. Donate your money. Money loves the people who doesn't want to chase it. Just think of it like a cat. You don't chase it, you attract it. And when you attract it, you don't like stock it. You don't like put it in the bank and be like, oh damn, I need to save all this, all that. No. Let's say money is your friend. Money loves the people who they feel comfortable around with. Like, they can come and you let them go, and they're like, just think of it like that. They are outside playing, having fun, making friends. They will bring it back 10 times more. They'll bring their friends back to you because they love your frequency, they love your energy, how you're nurturing yourself, how you're helping others. And that is the secret.